Michel Barnier is trying to do the right thing in the wrong context. The French Prime Minister must tackle a serious fiscal crisis with a budget deficit seemingly out of control, now at more than 6% of GDP, twice the limit authorized by EU treaties. Public debt is ballooning and could reach 115% of GDP next year. To avoid a serious financial crisis, Barnier is proposing a plan to save more than 30 billion euros in spending cuts and higher taxes next year. There are two problems with the plan. The first is that it is a one-shot. The second is that it could make things worse. It is a one-shot because Barnier doesn't have a majority in Parliament, so his program could be eviscerated by opponents from the far right and the far left, who have a lot of ideas on how to spend public money, but very few on how to plug the budget hole. To make things worse, a big chunk of Barnier's tax hikes are presented as temporary, when France, on the contrary, needs a patient and long-term plan over maybe 5 or 7 years to bring its deficit back to the 3% of GDP limit. That can't be the case with temporary measures, especially since Barnier, as Prime Minister, doesn't have much of a life expectancy. In the short term, the plan has to be implemented in a hurry, just as the economy is only slowly growing at around 1% of GDP this year and next. An increase of the corporate tax for the largest companies comes just as profits are shrinking, with private investment flat, and the risk of spending cuts is that they will depress further consumption spending, leading to even slower growth and, for the government, lower tax receipts. So it looks like France is facing the risk of a political mess if the budget doesn't pass Parliament, and an economic one if it does.
En mesurant mieux, dans certains cas, je pense aux éoliennes,